Hi, I'm Sarah.
And I'm David. And we are talking Big Brother. It's back.
It's finally here.
It's here.
Summer has arrived.
It's even though we have the celebrity Big Brother in the middle, it just still feels like so long in between Big Brother seasons.
It's like a blip, just a blip on the screen.
Right.
We met the Houseguest today.
And there are 16 new people to react to, which is what we're going to do.
Yes, we are. We're going to go through it. First impressions.
Yes.
Chat it out.
Right.
Talk about some rumors.
Yeah,
And get her going.
Yes.
Okay, so first up I have Elyse.
Okay, she's the college soccer star, right?
Yeah, she's
very
22.
pretty.
She's from California.
Northridge.
Yes. That's just north of LA, if anybody doesn't know.
If you're not familiar.
Now, she says she's been watching this show since she was 10. She alluded I watched the interviews with Jeff, so she alluded to that she liked Jeff and Jordan.
Yeah.
So a little bit of BB knowledge is nice to hear.
Yeah, and she mentioned, I think it was in her written bio, she mentioned Dick and Danielle Donato.
Okay.
And I like those kind of mentions because a lot of people say Derek, a lot of people said Tyler, but these are the seasons you get when you're in sequester to do his research. So of course they saw Tyler playing in the most recent season and everybody sees 16 in sequester because it's like one of the best. So whenever somebody mentions a favorite house guest that's not from the most recent season or Derek, I've got my eye on them because I'm like, okay, you actually watch.
Yeah. We're also so used to people saying, oh yeah, I love Big Brother.
Yeah.
When they've watched just episodes here and there and have not actually seen anything.
Right.
So if you drop any knowledge that seems like actual knowledge, thank you.
Yeah, I know. And she's got this, she mentioned a strategy, you know, she wants to play both sides of the house. Okay, sure, you know, that's a strategy. Everybody wants to do that. We'll see if you can.
She would like to be low-key like Casey.
Okay.
She liked that gameplay.
Yeah.
But she feels like she might be too competitive to like not win the comps.
Right.
Which I do enjoy watching people who are so competitive that they just forget.
You forget.
That they're in a game for $1 million or whatever. It's not $1 million. $500,000.
Yes, right.
Wrong show.
Yes.
What show are we on? But they just then are in that moment playing that comp and that's it.
And she's an athlete. So like, it might be hard for her to kind of snap out of this. She is just naturally competitive.
Yeah. And
will like find that extra gear even though it may not be the best for her. Like she wants to win, you know?
Says she's a good liar.
Okay.
All right, if you're good.
I'm into that.
Yeah.
I love watching good liars on this show.
I'd like to see that. I would. She would like her hashtag to be thank you, Jesus. Which she said with a little bit of sass, so I like that too. If you go, thank you, Jesus.
Yeah. And she's, you know, she's a beautiful girl, so I'm sure that the guys are going to be paying attention to her and maybe some of the ladies too, who knows.
Right.
But, you know, they cast these young folks so that these showmances happen. Yeah. That's why they do it.
She's definitely one of the young, pretty casting roles that they filled with her.
Yeah.
And there were times where I wasn't sure there was much going on behind her eyes. At first I was like, ooh, she's like Lauren from this most recent Survivor, like college athlete.
Yeah.
But then she didn't really carry herself and talk like Lauren. So I'm waiting to see how she plays out.
Yeah. There are some people that I'm not excited about. But she, I think, shows a little bit of promise.
Yeah. How about David? Not you.
Not me. Okay. David Alexander, 29, from Atlanta. He's a photographer. And he says he can cry on demand, which could be useful.
Interesting.
Remember Vanessa? Good old Vanessa could throw an emotional something somebody's way whenever she needed to. Right. And that worked for her.
I guess when men cry, it's different than when women cry.
True.
So I don't know, if he could cry on demand to a room full of women, that'll just reel them right in, right?
Or like in a one-on-one situation, but if you're like wailing in front of the whole house, I'm not sure about that.
I appreciated his honesty that he was like, I just started watching BB.
Yeah.
They reached out to me, so I looked up the show. Hey, at least you were honest about it.
Right.
Don't pretend.
Because we will see right through it if you're not honest.
Yeah. He plans to play a social game, wants to be everybody's friend.
Smart.
I thought he seemed fairly grounded.
Yeah. And just quickly, I do want to point out, This might be a record for CBS in terms of diversity in the cast, okay? Because we've got 6 people of color out of 16. So it's still not amazing.
Every year, just a little bit better.
They're chipping.
We appreciate that.
Yes, and then they've got someone who I think is gay and someone who's, we'll get to these people, but there is a lot of diversity in this cast, more than we're used to seeing.
Yes.
So it's a step in the right direction.
Yes.
CBS, good
we
job
value
with
that,
this.
CBS.
Yeah.
Keep it going.
But I think this David is gonna have a little bit of trouble just because he doesn't know the game, and there are some people in this game who are super fans, but when there are people around like that, it helps you pick up how to play faster. So maybe if he's a good observer, he could do well.
Because he does seem smart. He said he's not good at lying. He's a bit too honest. So you gotta get rid of that. That's not gonna work out.
You gotta work out that.
Yeah. His hashtag would be David's gonna do David.
I want that to be my hashtag.
Yes, that's a good one.
Yes.
David's gonna do David. It's fun, but it will get you in trouble as well. So he's on my, watch list.
Yeah. Also, I would do David's gonna David.
Okay.
You know?
That's better.
Just consult with me, David. Yeah.
Let him have that one. You have that one. Okay. Christie from New Jersey.
So I thought she was from Staten Island.
She might be from Staten Island now.
Oh, okay.
I get confused when people are like talking about a bunch of New York and New Jersey places.
I don't know.
To me, they are one place.
One big.
I can't tell them apart.
Right. So Christie's got a boutique. She owns a boutique.
Mystic Earth.
Oh, I love that. She mentioned that she loved the Jeff and Jordan showmance from back in the day.
Right.
And she's a fan of Paul.
She entered the Jeff interview crying and knew she was in the DR. So right there, girl, I get you.
Yeah.
I would probably also be hysterically crying if I were in the DR.
Yes.
So she knows the show.
Yeah.
She knows some players.
Love that. Now she says she is an openly feminine lesbian coming into the house.
What is that?
She is going to flirt and manipulate the men.
Oh.
And she's going to be a shoulder to cry on for the women.
Okay.
So.
Hey, that's the best of all worlds.
Yeah,
right
she's
there.
got it locked down, I guess.
So like her store is Mystic Earth, right? So she's got this like spiritual side to her.
Please be like a Caitlyn-esque, doing readings, whatever it is.
She's got a lot of Caitlyn vibes happening. She said when you enter her store, you get sage first, clothing second. She would like to do a gratitude circle every morning with everybody to just speak what they're grateful for.
Yes, I want this.
This all reminds me of how Caitlyn was going to like have yoga meditation time, which lasted maybe a week. Before all the vibes were bad juju.
Yeah. It was like daggers coming out of Caitlyn's eyes. So
another similarity is that Christie says she's been told that she's a flirt. Oh boy.
I believe it. I believe it. Based on what she said her strategy's gonna be.
If someone else has to tell you that you're a flirt but you don't see it.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah. And I will say, like, oftentimes these people who are into like the healing and the zen and the this, they're into it because they need to be into it.
Oh, they need a little bit of it.
Maybe they have a history of short temper or whatever it is. So when you put that kind of a person under pressure, their true colors come out very quickly. So
yeah, I'm super excited to watch her.
Yeah.
She seems like the perfect balance of weird for me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm excited for her too.
Now her hashtag was Let's Go Murph, which is fairly basic because her last name's Murphy.
Yeah.
But that's okay, Let's Go Murph.
Sure.
And her answer to Jeff, because you know Jeff always asks, would you rather win and be hated or lose and be loved? And she started to annoy me when she said, I'd rather lose and be loved.
I don't like
but
that
then
answer.
she kind of spun it around because she said, I've already won by being here. She's so happy that she got on Big Brother, which we know that's hard to get on.
Yeah, true.
That she feels like she's already won. So then I was like, ugh, okay.
Yeah, right.
I'm kind of okay.
And that's that's a little bit of mark of a true super fan. If you feel like, oh my God, like I've been dying to get here for so long, I feel like I already won. Like that shows she truly loves this show. Yeah. But like, come on, Christie, like kick it into another gear because I want to see you stick around because you are quirky and I love it.
Yes, very interesting. Jackson, 24, from Nashville.
Yeah.
But guess what?
From LA.
in LA.
Yeah. He's a server from Nashville. Oh, sure, yeah. You're from LA and a casting director walked into a bar and cast you. Yeah. That's what happened.
Which I can see why.
Yeah, he's got the squarest jaw I think I've ever seen in my life. Like,
he's a bit picture perfect.
Yeah, right. He's like a hottie, right? So I'm sure those executive producers are looking out for him to form some kind of a showmance. He says he's a physical guy. I'm sure he's in great shape.
Right. Now he wants to win the first HOH. Just like everyone else who has ever filled his little casting bucket before him.
Right.
They always want to come out guns a-blazing. And you do that, Jackson.
You do that.
Because I'm not looking for much else in that one.
Yeah, I don't really know what else to say. I don't foresee him winning the season.
Nope.
Maybe he'll surprise me, but I doubt it.
He takes himself real seriously. His word is his bond.
Okay.
But he's not there to make friends.
Yeah.
He's like a Winston Cody blend.
Yeah, right. And he's a fan of the show insofar as he's caught it every now and again. Is that right? So, I guess he's seen a Big Brother promo here and there. And he's familiar with the premise of the show loosely.
Okay, again, to sum that up, he fits a great little bucket.
Yes.
Maybe he'll be pretty to look at.
Yeah, right.
He'll win that first HOH and then be out before jury.
Right.
Jessica from Chicago.
She's a plus size model and she's 30-ish.
30-ish.
Which I love.
Specify, honey.
I don't need to know.
Once you're over 30.
Yeah. What difference does it make? I don't need to know if you're 35 or 32 or 37.
Another thing, CBS, thank you for bringing in someone over 30. There's a couple.
I know. A couple.
There's a couple and then a third way over.
Yeah.
That we'll get to.
Right.
She seems lovely. She wants to observe.
Yeah.
Doesn't want to get into an alliance too soon.
Yeah. Okay.
Seems like she had put a little bit of thought into how she was going to play.
I will say, I respect not wanting to commit to any kind of alliance too soon, but, you got to be open to, being a number and, being in a loose. You don't want to find yourself on the outside of all the alliance planning early on. So hopefully she's still, locked into the game and paying attention and maybe, loosely aligning herself.
Tyler, Casey, early.
Yeah.
Derek, Cody were early.
Yeah.
But I get it. A lot of times it's all the girls are in one room and you're let's do a girls alliance. And that never works out.
Yeah.
Even, So I get it. Not too early that you haven't figured people out yet.
Right. She's married, and so, she's not there looking for love.
She has a daughter.
She's got a family to play for, so, there will probably be, if she lasts long enough, a certain element of missing them, but having a family also gives you something to play for, and, something to, give you motivation to actually win this money.
She seems like she really has watched Big Brother, dropped a couple things about Jeff.
Yeah.
So it makes me feel like she actually has watched the show.
Yeah.
Her hashtags were curvy cutie and I think Chi-Town cutie, which those are fun.
Cute.
Fun and flirty.
So she's a cutie. I love it.
Even though I enjoyed her vibe, she seems very positive and fun. She did not seem super competitive to me. So although she might know a thing or two about Big Brother, I don't know if she's really gonna fight and hustle through it.
Right. I think particularly that will hurt her in comps. You've got to be competitive to win those things. But maybe she could make up for it in the strategy department.
She actually thought that she might be pretty good at comps and that people will underestimate her because of her size.
They probably will, 100%.
So if that's true, if she could sort of play that out, that would be great.
Yeah. And as a model, you can be big and still be fit, right? That. Those aren't necessarily a one-to-one correlation kind of thing. Just because you're curvier doesn't mean you're out of shape necessarily.
Right.
So she's totally right. She could use that to her advantage to maybe fall out of the first few competitions and then all of a sudden she starts winning out of nowhere and people are shocked. That could work well for her.
That would be fun. Nick.
Yes.
The mental health therapist from New Jersey. I'm going to say New Jersey.
Sure. From the tri-state area. He's 27. I think his last name's Macaroni.
Is it?
It's spelled that way.
Isn't everyone in New Jersey macaroni?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was the worst stereotyping ever.
He might be the #1 person to watch for a showmance because he loves meeting women. So he is there to, play the field. Do a little window shopping.
Okay.
Look around, take stock.
He was interesting. Let me just say, his energy was interesting. He's been watching since BB17. He first saw James and was hooked.
Okay.
he made a great line. He said he's not here to sit around and eat like hundreds of boxes of cereal all summer.
Well, he's only gonna eat macaroni.
So
obviously.
I love any personal jab to a previous house guest who sat around and did nothing all summer. So I do appreciate that.
Right. He also said that he wants to win the first HOH. So
oh boy.
He's competitive guy, maybe physical.
He said lying is a thing he's all down to do. It's part of the game.
Love that.
All about it.
Love that.
Talks his mind. He checks people.
Yeah. He's gonna be real in your face, it sounds like.
This was one of my favorite things, is he said he was really hoping that casting didn't put a bunch of sensitive people in because he loves to break balls. Okay. And then he flipped it around because he's a mental health therapist, and he did a shout out of like, anyone who's feeling it, like reach out and get help. And I was like,
stop it. Oh my God. He's like an anti-bullying bully.
I was like, does not compute. What just happened?
So good. I love it when there are people who are like delusional and so unaware of who they are. That makes for great television, so he's gonna be fun.
He's on the watch list of like, what? Who are you?
Yeah.
I'll be watching.
Uh-huh.
Now here's another thing that confused me about him, is that he said he would rather lose and be loved, but then as he was clarifying his answer, it sounded like he didn't understand the answer. I mean, understand the question.
Yeah.
He started talking about it. I was like, I don't think he understood the question.
I don't think you get it.
So I don't know how to judge on that.
Right.
Avi.
22, college student, Tennessee. This guy is a student of the game, it seems.
He literally was introduced to the game in high school by his sociology teacher.
Oh, interesting.
She assigned it to the class.
I love that.
I'm like, who's this teacher? She shall get an award.
Well, this guy he's talking a lot of strategy already. He's already talking jury management. He had a really great deep cut fave BB player, Hayden Moss, the winner of BB12. Like, these are the kinds of things where I'm like, whoa, like, you know a lot about this game, and those are the kind of people that I love to watch on Big Brother.
He's a bit of a weirdo, though.
Which I also love to watch.
Well, we love.
Yeah, yeah.
But
people
worries
in the
me
house,
when you get into the house and it gets cliquish.
Yeah.
Can he really be friends with everyone? He says he can.
Yeah.
Great.
Right. And he's socialized to a certain extent because we know he's got a girlfriend. We know he's got, well, having a dog has nothing to do with being socialized. But he's got like a normal-ish life, right?
No,
like
he founded his own fraternity in college. So he said like he's used to being with diverse people and, you know, he's also a good leader. He mentioned that he knows he may not be the smartest guy in the room, but he could put together a smart team.
There you go.
And
that's all that
lead
matters.
that team. So I feel like he's got great potential. Yeah. But, you know, I'm worried about anyone with great potential.
I know. I think, who was the guy in this recent season? Was his name Cameron? And he was like a super...
Yes!
Yeah, he was a super fan coming in. And week 1, he's out to make room for Paul.
Well, that's a whole other thing.
I know. Don't even get us started. I saw so much potential in this guy to do well, and then first one out of the house. So you got to make sure that you're like forming those social bonds right away. Please do that, because I really want to watch you.
Yeah. He will do whatever it takes to win, because he's only loyal to those back home. Jack. 28.
Swoon.
Currently living in Florida, but from Chicago.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Trainer.
He was just talking and I was just like, what?
He's like a Jason Momoa stand-in with that hair.
Seriously.
Oh my God.
He doesn't even know. He's learning who Jason Momoa is because people are like, you look like him.
Right. He's a recent BB fan, meaning I think he's not a BB fan, but
well, they reached out to him and he was like, oh, I should look into this show.
Yeah.
That's the kind of fan he is.
Listen, I'm fine with it.
Whatever. I'm gonna just watch him. He said he's competitive, but doesn't want to win the first HOH.
I like that.
Because he's kind of a big guy, he doesn't want to, you know, hey, I'm a target.
Yeah.
He wants to lay low, which smart Jack.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to lay low when you look like Jack. Nobody's not gonna have their eye on you for whatever reason. He also said he wants to be honest, have integrity and good character.
Okay, well that's great.
Let that go. You know, just be a liar, stab people in the back, and look hot doing it, and I'm on board.
Oh my my God. He said he's a control freak.
Yeah.
And he doesn't like people who are one-uppers. Like where you tell a story and then they like, but I did this. And I was like, oh no, Jack.
Yeah.
Half the house, they're gonna be one-uppers.
You're in a house full of one-uppers for sure.
Sorry about that, buddy.
Yeah.
He climbed Mount Kilimanjaro.
All right, so he is physical.
And his cat's name is Celine Dion. I'm just listing things I like about him, really, basically is what I'm telling you.
That is the most important fact. That he has a cat named Celine Dion. I'm officially obsessed.
He also had a dog, like the majority of these house guests. They really mention their dogs a lot.
Everybody has a dog. I mean, I guess people have dogs, but like, I don't know that we've ever seen a cast mention dogs so many times.
Which I think bodes well for them, because dog people are good people, David.
They're good people. Yeah, and dog people flock together.
They
Sarah's
do.
got a dog. I don't.
But I'll keep you around anyway.
Yeah.
His hashtag is long hair, don't care.
All right.
Okay.
Great.
Tommy.
28. He's a Broadway dancer from Staten Island.
Staten Island.
Another East Coaster.
He was in Newsies.
Hello.
I saw it.
You might have seen him.
I might have. Except all the Newsies look alike, so.
Right. Yeah, who knows?
Who knows?
He said that he likes Mama Day.
Great.
Which I love.
Love. He started watching season 14, he said, and loves Ian, which is another great drop.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yes.
He wants to be underestimated. He wants to come across as the fun social person, which he does very well.
Yeah.
And doesn't want to seem like he's a competitive threat. And he'll pick that up later.
And listen, he's a Broadway dancer, right? Which means he's not necessarily, I mean, I don't know what he looks like with his shirt off. We haven't seen that yet.
We'll see.
But like, I don't know that he's gonna be one of those guys who's like totally cut with the six-pack and this and that, who's gonna look like a really physical threat. But to be a Broadway dancer, you're like super flexible, strong, you have really good balance. Like these are skills that come in.
He definitely had guns.
Yeah.
Showing.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's so fit and athletic for sure. He's smart and positive, which are qualities I enjoy. He said he knows that there'll be no other gay person in the cast because they would only cast one at a time.
So he knows, he gets it.
So more than likely he will not be doing a showman.
Yeah.
But he did say it would be cool to be like the first gay kiss on BB, which I say would be cool too, but it's not, we all know.
Keep dreaming.
It will happen season 45?
Yeah. Maybe.
I have high hopes for him. I really liked him.
Yeah, I'm excited. He's definitely on our watch list.
I mean, I like any Broadway dancer.
Yeah, come on.
Holly, 31.
Yeah, here's the thing.
Wait.
I don't have a whole lot to say about Holly. I don't want to be mean, but she just, look, she's from Wyoming, meaning she's from here. She's a safari wine guide. She works at Malibu Wines, which is like a local winery.
She just was like, I work at Malibu Wines is a big thing.
Yes.
It's a scene.
Right.
I'm not happy with them because they didn't evacuate the giraffe during our fires.
Yeah, they just left that giraffe.
Thing.
Yeah, but the giraffe lived.
But she's obviously just doing her rounds.
She's doing the rounds because she dated a former Bachelor contestant previously. She was with Luke Pell, who was on JoJo's season, if you guys watch The Bachelor like I do. And Luke was like almost the Bachelor himself. He's like a high profile contestant. So now she's raising her own profile, and she is so knowledgeable about Big Brother that she couldn't even name a favorite house guest.
And also did not know she was in the DR.
So I do not have my eye on Holly Allen, sorry.
She's just filling that pretty girl role.
Yeah.
She did mention her dogs though, of course, and her dog's name is Jackson, so it just kind of made me think, hey, maybe her and Jackson will hit it off.
And you know what? She's 31, so she's proof that people over 30 exist.
Oh my God, do they? And they can still be attractive?
Right.
What? Good to know. Catherine.
She's 29 from Texas. Looks like a Texas girl, right? And she's in the pageant system. So she's definitely got that sort of beauty queen look. Very pretty girl. She's in digital marketing.
BB is the only show she watches after she got her TV 2 months ago.
I can't. She doesn't watch TV. She's never seen Big Brother. Like, give me a break.
She is really into social media though, which I think we've covered this before in other videos, but digital marketing is just social media.
Yeah.
Any job title that says digital marketing means you just
run a Twitter account.
Thank you. Right. So she's really into social media, and she said she was like scooping out the spoilers for Big Brother and heard that there was an aspiring influencer that was going to be a house guest, and she thinks they're talking about her, you guys.
I love it.
Okay.
God.
I mean, the delusion is so good, and we
It's
haven't even
so
gotten
real.
into the house.
Yes.
She also kept saying something about, like, it's probably going to be on the show tomorrow, but I'll go ahead and tell you. And I was like,
What?
I don't even think you know how this works.
Where? Do you know where you are?
All right, so you're in the house.
The one thing that I liked about her was that she said she's savage, okay? And like, I like that. I like someone who's coming in with that kind of mindset. And I will say, like, stereotypically, that beauty pageant scene can be intense, right?
That's
so
true.
she's probably dealt with people who are only out for themselves, maybe might stab you in the back. So she might know how to navigate relationships like that. So who knows? But I don't have super high hopes for her.
The other thing that I think is in her favor is that she is 29. So a 29-year-old
You've lived a little more life.
Different than a 22-year-old.
100%.
Especially on Big Brother.
Yes.
So there might be a little bit more to her that we just didn't see yet.
Right. Yeah. Let's hope.
Bella.
Yes. Isabella, right?
Yes. Her name is Isabella, but she introduced herself as Bella. So
Yes.
I guess that's what she goes by.
She is a youngin'. She is 22, but I'm obsessed with her. She is one of my faves.
I like her. She said she's from Chicago, but she's living in LA now. But she did say that she's in like public health administration
advocacy
something.
or strategy or something.
Like she said she's out in LA working on the homeless situation, which is valid, and I hope that's true.
And I think that kind of means she's smart.
Right.
Like, she's got a real career,
Yeah.
you know? And what I loved about her is she says she wants her strategy to be bribery. She said she low-key feels like she was born for this. And her favorite house guest is herself.
She is pretty fun.
I'm sold.
I enjoyed her vibe.
Yeah.
She said she doesn't have a great memory though, and she knew she was gonna have to work on that in the house.
Okay.
So at least she knows that.
Right.
Another thing I'm worried about
Okay.
is that she'd like to hold a seminar with all the house guests on how to properly wash your hands. And that's just not going to go well.
That's like worse than a gratitude circle.
Don't do it. She's good at sales.
Okay.
She recently lost 50 pounds.
Oh, wow.
So she feels good about her physical fitness.
Yeah.
She climbed Mount Kilimanjaro.
Okay. That sounds familiar.
Huh, doesn't it? We'll circle back to that.
And the thing I'll say about sales is, I don't know if all of you watch Survivor. I know a lot of you do, but we had a Survivor winner come back and he did a whole thing with the sales pitch and he manipulated people.
Good at the sales, yeah.
So if she can work that angle, that could work very well for her.
I like her.
I love her.
I'm gonna watch her.
Yes.
Kemi,
25 from the DC area, right?
Yeah, she says she's from Brooklyn, but she's only been there a few months.
Okay.
She's from DC.
Right.
I think she's baller. She's badass.
Oh, yeah.
She wants to make friends, but for the show purposes only.
Love that. She is a self-proclaimed bitch. I'm not calling her a bitch. She's calling herself a bitch. And she said her faves are Rachel Riley and Jessica Graff. So that tracks to me.
Oh boy.
You know? Neither of those ladies were there to make friends either,
Nope.
except for the purposes of the show.
She said it's hard for her to bite her tongue. Tracks.
Love it.
And people can get under her skin. So
Tracks.
yeah, all of that's coming together.
She is what they cast her to be.
Exactly.
So.
I just thought she was really funny and I enjoyed watching her, so I hope she just gives us good times.
Yeah, I'm excited for her, 100%.
Cliff!
Love him.
53.
Automatically, I love him.
From Texas.
Petroleum engineer. And he seems like he's a fan of the show. He's got a strategy.
Yes, he does know the show. He has clearly watched it. He knows that he will be targeted first just by his age.
100%.
I am already mourning the loss of him as our first evictee.
I know.
I adored his dad jokes and his country self.
I just really hope that he's more like a Donnie or a Kevin, like someone who can
endear with the youngins.
Yes.
And be friends.
Please, because he just seems like such a fun guy. Yeah. And he is coming in, like I said, with the strategy. He says he wants to present loyalty.
Yeah.
But he's gonna sow paranoia and get people pointing fingers and take the finger off of him because he knows that he's gonna be a target, like Sarah said, for the age reason. So if he can just start planting some seeds and make people paranoid, and if he can make it through the first few weeks, I think he's got long-term potential.
Right.
But he's really got to watch his back for the first few weeks.
Yeah, he knows he can't coast like some others can. Yeah. He really has to put in the work, and I'm all for it. I can't wait to see if those house guests come for him first.
I don't know what we're going to do.
I always am. Yeah. When that happens. Sam.
31.
From Pennsylvania.
Truck driver. And he's got a family. We've already mentioned that I think it was Jessica who had the family as well. So, you know, maybe there's going to be some stressors there. But I think that when you've got a kid, like, that is really good motivation to, like, light a fire under you to, like, do whatever it takes to win this game.
Right. He said he's already cried. He cried yesterday in sequester. Yesterday was Father's Day, so I bet that was hard.
Yeah.
For a dad.
Yeah.
Even though he's a truck driver, he's the kind that comes home every night. So it's not like he's used
driving across the country.
Right. He talked a lot about season 16. I think that's probably all he's seen.
Okay.
He talked a lot about Derek.
Loves Derek.
But he did say how much he wants to win and that he liked Derek and Cody together, but that he would have not chosen Derek.
Yeah. That
it was about winning, not about that friendship.
Love that.
So, yeah.
Yeah, and like, listen, $500,000 to a truck driver, like, we know how difficult that kind of a lifestyle can be.
Yeah.
So he wants that money. So he's there to win, not to, like, you know, raise his profile as some kind of social media influencer. I'm looking at you, other people in the cast. You know who you are.
You know who you are.
And lastly, we've got our Sarah Atwood-Sarine type.
Oh, yeah!
Nicole Anthony.
She does. She fits my bucket, my little casting bucket.
Yes.
She is our glorious weirdo.
Yes.
She's a BB super fan.
Yep. She's a preschool aide from New York, generally.
Yep. It was Long Island because she talked like this.
Yeah.
And she said she graduated top of her class. And she's not going to let people know that she's smart, and she's not going to let them know she's a BB super fan.
Well, they're, sorry to say, they're going to assume by looking at you that you're smart because she fits that nerdy bucket. Like, they're going to assume that she's...
They might think she's just a nerdy weirdo.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Yes. I hope so, because, like, I do not want her to be a target early on. I think she's going to be super fun to watch.
Right?
She's very unique as far as this cast goes. I've got my eye on her for sure.
Her hashtag would be quirky queen, and I am all about it. I love a quirky queen. You know, I hope she doesn't fall into the Meech category. I loved Meech being her super fan, and then she like melted in the house. So I don't want Nicole to do that. I want her to keep her head on straight. And show us that you can really do it.
Right, and just work on that social game right away. I hope it falls into place easily for you, because that I think is a struggle for this casting bucket, typically, right?
That is our 16 house guests.
Yes, now...
that we just met.
Yeah, and now some of them had some things in common.
David, we noticed some similarities.
Connections, you might say.
Just in general, there's a lot of people from this tri-state area that I can't keep straight with.
Yeah. Listen, let's start there, okay?
Yeah.
Because we've got two people from Staten Island.
Okay, wait, let me just preface with every single year, I come up with a connection.
Oh, because we're all conspiracy theorists.
I'm like, they're related, they know each other, and it never pans out.
Right.
So I'm kind of excited that there might be some truth to it this year.
Listen.
But I'm also prepared for it to not be.
Whether or not it's a theme of the season, we know that Tommy and Christie know each other.
Okay, there is literally a picture of them together.
That says, like, love my family, right?
All about love in the family that Tommy posted. The rumor is Christie dated Tommy's aunt. But whatever the connection is, they're in a photo together.
They're in a photo together.
So they know each other.
They know each other. That is a fact.
He tagged her in the picture.
Right. There's no ambiguity here.
Right.
Yeah.
That one is almost clear.
Yes. So this is now leading us to analyze the other connections that people might have.
Here's the next one that I think is pretty darn accurate.
Compelling.
the 2 Mount Kilimanjaros. Now, everyone's like, wait, what? So there, 2 people said Mount Kilimanjaro, and Bella specifically said she did it with her ex. So some sleuthing online finds a picture, but this one is not solid him.
Okay.
Looks a lot like Jack.
Uh-huh.
But he's not tagged, it's not clear.
Yeah.
You know, the hair is back. It's not 100%.
Sure.
But I'm saying
We're
they
saying it.
dated, that they're exes, and that they hiked Mount Kilimanjaro
We're saying
together.
it. We recognize that thousands of people hike Mount Kilimanjaro. We are saying that Jack and Bella
The
dated.
picture seemed close enough for me.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, another rumor is this Holly Catherine pageant thing.
Yes. Now this one's a little looser, but I'm still gonna say
Loosey-goosey.
conclusive proof. Okay.
So I'm gonna say that people who like to be put on reality shows are also the same people who like to do pageants. I feel like in the, what is that, Venn diagram?
Venn diagram.
I think that those overlap.
A lot.
So I couldn't, in my sleuthing, I couldn't find them together in a pageant. They weren't both like Miss Wyoming and Miss Texas at the same time.
Yeah.
But they're both in the pageant system, so they might know each other and have crossed paths.
And listen, at this point, this is like a classic reality trope, this like pageant rivalry thing. We've seen it on The Bachelor before. We've seen it on RuPaul's Drag Race. Like, this is a thing that reality producers know works and know creates drama. So I would not be surprised if they know each other, and I'm going to say it. They do. I'm sure of it.
I'm gonna tell y'all a little something. I too was in the pageant system. I was in the Miss America pageant system, so I don't like the Miss USA pageant system as much, but that's a side note.
Yeah.
I went to Miss Florida one year, and these girls had already competed against each other over and over and over again, because that's just what they do every year.
Yep.
So I can see that the 2 of them competed together at some point, and the producers are trying to make that.
Would not be surprised.
Another one that's kind of is that Jackson and Avi went to the same college.
Okay.
It's Tennessee, you guys.
It's Tennessee. It's a big school.
Huge state school.
Yeah, but they are almost the same age.
They're close in age.
Jackson's 23, I think. Avi's 22, so like maybe they cross paths.
Look, it's possible they were in feuding fraternities.
Sure. Right.
And they're aware of each other.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But that's a loose one.
That's more of a stretch. So those are the connections that people are talking about.
Yeah.
And I am just living for the possibility.
Oh my God.
That there are some sort of like rivals and exes that are going to happen.
Yep. I'm into that.
Don't just give me one. Don't give me one ex.
No.
That's weird.
And don't
I
just
need
give
it
me
to be a thing.
Yeah, I don't understand why they would cast Tommy and Christie together if it wasn't as the only pair who has some kind of
But that's
connection.
such a weird connection anyway. If that's true that she dated his aunt, like what? So they just kind of know each other?
I guess. But they know each other well enough to be in a photo together where he tags her. Like that, you know somebody if that's the case.
Right.
So I am for one, I'm hopeful that there are multiple connections and that everybody's got some. There's an even number of house guests.
Yeah.
I hope it's like paired off and we get to, because then you get to see like some people will give it away right away.
Right.
And other people are going to be savvy enough to know like, I can't acknowledge that I know you. And that just adds layer upon layer of drama and strategy.
Secret.
Yeah.
Oh. The bummer is, if there is this connection thing happening, we don't get feeds for the first week. Like, they're entering the house like within the next day or so.
Right.
And we don't get feeds till next week.
Yeah.
And so we're gonna miss some of that,
some juicy stuff.
Wait, I know you kind of thing.
Right.
But that's okay. I still want it.
Yeah.
Give it to me, big brother.
Yeah, and we'll see some of it on the show if it is the case.
Right,
so
they'll show us parts of it.
I am just excited for this season to start.
You guys, I'm so excited. So next week is the premiere. There's a Tuesday night episode and a Wednesday night episode. So we'll be back after that Wednesday night episode.
Yes.
Then, of course, it's like Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Then it'll jump to the typical Wednesday, Thursday, Sunday schedule. But we will be here all summer long.
We've got some new things planned for you guys.
Next week we've got some announcements and things coming up.
Stay tuned. It's going to be a fun summer. And don't forget, we're still covering The Amazing Race through that finale.
Until that show's wrapped.
So lots to come. Lots of fun.
That's right. Please let us know what your first impressions are for these house guests. And are you excited about the new season?
Yes. Let us know what you think, and we'll see you next time.
Okay, bye.